Atletico game on Saturday. That's a very loose ball indeed, collected by Coutinho. Coutinho wide to Suarez. Not the greatest ball to Suarez, played behind the Uruguayan. He's got to pause and think. And he gets the shot driven in low to the near post. It's blocked by Sergio Asenjo. 2 minutes into the game and Barcelona win their first corner.
It's something this striker, this extraordinary Uruguayan, does all the time. He's lost a lot of his explosive pace over short distances, but such is the respect that defenders hold him in, and such is his talent for going down under.
This is a Barca without Messi, and the opportunities to take this Barcelona on are there for the Yellow Submarine. It's going to be Cazorla to swing the corner in. Chukwueze offering the option, the short option. Cazorla, it's well placed. Fantastic piece of goalkeeping by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. The header in.
No PK means that Barcelona are comprehensively out-jumped here. It's very, very easy for Iborra, I think it was, to get up, direct it underneath the bar. It's definitely going in my view. Ter Stegen has to make that save. It's going to drop just under the bar. Iborra has a...
Sergio Roberto, back to Umtiti. It's a loose ball, straight into the path of the Cambi. The Cambi gets away from Langlais, gets into the area, Cambi! And it's blocked by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Corner number 3 in quick succession. That's what the home fans wanted to see in the Ceramica, as Villarreal staking their claims on this game in the opening minutes and pushing Barcelona back. It was Chukwueze, in fact, who found that gift from Umtiti, looking not quite as sharp as he'd like to be, but again,
how to organise yourself, how to not let Barca breathe, no out balls. So far, textbook Barcelona, they're showing are very good at this.
Lovely ball from Sergio Roberto. Malcolm in the box, cuts his square for Coutinho. It's 1-0 to Barcelona. Malcolm with his second assist in 2 games. You could go even further and say second assist in less than 13 minutes.
And this time using the foot that he has for standing on. I was praising Villarreal, I meant it, I don't take it back, but Barcelona are exceptional. The release pass is absolutely gorgeous. And when we were talking about on form, I truly meant it. This ball from Sergio Roberto is beautiful. I would like to say that VAR might take a look at that, maybe still onside. This is a guy who really doesn't use his right foot for anything other than maybe hopping, standing, I don't know, reaching for something high up in the cupboard. But the ball is perfection. That last assist at the weekend was off his left foot for Messi. It's really extraordinary, the placement of it. Coutinho taps it home. 2 Brazilians, Barca 1-0 up. Really, really clever pass by Sergio Roberto.
Well, I feel fairly sure, Graham, we're going to be seeing VAR called in there. From this angle it's very difficult, but it does seem that Funes Mori may be playing Malcolm onside.
I think you're right, that's the one thing that can be, and it's by the size of half a boot.
Malcolm picks out Artur, lovely turn, he finds Coutinho, lovely ball into Suarez. Suarez with a nutmeg, still Suarez, cuts it back, there's Malcolm, comes to the feet of Artur, the shot is blocked, Busquets keeps it going. Gets the return ball from Jordi Alba, spreads it wide now to Sergio Roberto. Massive pressure on the Villarreal box, the cross into the far post. There's the second. Malcolm gets this one. 15 minutes on the clock, and Ernesto Valverde will be absolutely delighted with the performance of Malcolm brought into the starting lineup tonight.
It's remarkable. We go back to the point I made before the match kicked off. Malcolm has, number 1, impressed the coach who didn't want him at the club at the beginning of the season. Gradually impressed the players. When they talk about him, they say this is a guy we trust, we like. He comes on at the weekend, he revolutionises the game at home at the Camp Nou, and this ball here from Vidal is the beauty of it. The way in which Malcolm follows the rules about head it back the way it comes, and that will give the keeper no chance, is textbook too. But Vidal's ball, the Chilean's ball to the Brazilian, is absolutely world class. The thing we have to point out is on 2 occasions prior to that cross, Barcelona could have scored. Malcolm is flooding confidence, and our colleague, you and I spoke to him a lot about this, Gustavo Poyet.
The boot didn't connect properly. Artur clears, and not just a clearance, it's a ball right into the path of Coutinho. Here's Suarez, 2 against 4, still Suarez, Lays it off for Coutinho! Oh, off the base of the post. Sergio Asenjo grasping that ball as if he was catching a baby falling from the top of a skyscraper. Absolutely delighted to have that one under control. Graham, by rights, it should be 3-0.
It should. The crowd are expressing their distaste for the way in which the home side is being cut through. This is the first time these two men have looked like a partnership all season. Suarez consistently expresses his disgust. Clever by the Basque coach.
Coutinho takes the short corner. Malcolm. Back to Alba. Lovely little flick from Coutinho. Malcolm cuts it back, Suarez leaves it for Samuel Umtiti, and there's no wonder there's a smile on his face. He was so casual with the side-footed attempt, and yet it was inches away from making it 3.
They're playing Harlem Globetrotters football. Look at this. There's a lovely little flick. The referee's going to call Suarez offside. When this ball comes across, the Uruguayan's dumping it. Umtiti's ball back not drawn out of their positions.
Coutinho stinging the palms of Sergio Asenjo, who grabs it at the second attempt. Was firmly struck by the Brazilian. Rolled out. Here's Pedernata back to Victor Ruiz. Olanis. Nice back flick collected by Cazorla. Lovely ball through the middle to Akambi. To Chukwueze off the post. He'll get another opportunity.
My word.
Samuel Chukwueze does not miss the second time. Villarreal right back in it. There's a look of determination on the face of Javi Calleja. The Yellow Submarine, barely halfway through the first half, have got half the job done. They pulled one back. Villarreal 1, Barcelona 2. It's a lovely flowing move. Ibarra's back heel to Cazorla. The key, Cazorla's pass perfectly weighted. He gets the better of Jordi Alba, hits the post, and then has the calmness and the control to collect the second, collect himself, and put it in the back of the net.
I mean, no disrespect to Villarreal by calling that very much a Barcelona move, a Barcelona goal. When you look at the bravery needed from Morlanes to pick up the ball, this youth and inexperience, play that risky pass right.
Malcolm under pressure from Victor Ruiz, loses out. This is Mebara, came off Vidal. It's a chase, and Ter Stegen just being able to say, boss, let me on now, I'll take the free kick. If Luis Suarez has one opportunity, it's this. Messi's not on the pitch. Up comes Suarez, and it's on target and forces the save from Sergio Asenjo. A good save, not the most complicated save. There won't be time for any more. There won't be time for the corner. The players trot off as they hear the half-time whistle, the score. Villarreal 1, Barcelona 2, and that, quite frankly, Graham Hunter, for the home side, is pretty good news.
It's been a dynamic game, yes. Barcelona looked as if at a certain stage.
Crowd at the Ceramica, just 1,000 here tonight. Here's Chukwueze. Tries a long ball forward to Akambi, who keeps it in play. He's got the pace. He's joined through the middle. Oh, what a finish! It's 2-2. It's Toko Akambi. And no wonder the Ceramica explodes. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen can't believe the ball that's just beaten him. It looked as though there was nothing for Akambi to do there. And Graham, Villarreal, not just back in this game, but clearly, morally, and in terms of character, on top at the moment.
The ball's given away between Coutinho and Alba, and that little outside of the foot pass from Chukwueze allows the ball to stay in. And at this point, Ter Stegen gambles because he absolutely knows there's a man powering into the centre forward position, and that's why it's credit to Akambi, because I don't think, looking at this, that there's any degree of fluke. I think he peripherally sees the German taking a risk and tries his best to guide it into the net. I am giving that full credit to Akambi. Not a failed cross, not a slice, an audacious goal.
It is indeed audacious. Graham Malcolm, as you pointed out, or as you suspected, has moved back to the left of attack. He'll feel much more comfortable there, won't he?
I think so, and I think what's interesting to both neutrals and Barca fans alike is what will his connection with Messi be, because that's the thing that can make him very special. If he reproduces the partnerships.
Oh, this is one for Mebara! It's 3-2 to Villarreal! Mebara with the goal. Barca's defence caught flat-footed once more. There's an old gentleman there who feels suddenly about 10 years younger. Vidal gesturing, the referee in contact with Mr. Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the VAR operation room in Las Rozas. Brilliant run through Mebara. He pulls up and he's played onside, I suspect, there by Jordi Alba.
I have to agree with you. Barca are sure he's offside. He, you can tell by his face, doesn't know because he didn't look. I think you've called it right. I think that they were body to body. If they're equal, then he's on. The finish is absolutely lovely. And what's more, the trajectory of the game has been that way.
2 minutes after Leo Messi comes off the bench, Vicente Iborra puts Villarreal 3-2 up. They celebrate. That's not like Busquets. It's collected by Cáceres. He's got options. Akanbi leaves it for Chukwueze coming from an onside position. Still Chukwueze. Still Chukwueze. Oh, it took a deflection and it's palmed onto the bar and over by the brilliant Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Samu Chukwueze can hardly believe his misfortune.
Simon, can we have extra time? Can we have another 90 minutes of this? This is wonderful. You called this brilliantly, because the smartness of Akanbi to leave that for Chukwueze so that the move can't be called for offside. Here's the little touch. It's total fluke that it comes off, I think, on Titi's heel. It does. And the German, still from his knees, says, I am not on my knees. I stand tall. The ball's over the bar. Absolutely brilliant from Villarreal. Busquets, what a picture, like Sami Kafur in the 99 Champions League final, beating the turf in frustration, having given the ball away.
Brilliant acrobatic block and clearance. Cazorla. Oh, what a ball through. It's Carlos Bacca. Bacca, he goes round ter Stegen. 4-2 to Villarreal. Bacca looks heavenward. There's no need to look at the VAR on this occasion. Funes Mori, the brilliance at the start of a counter-attack which has left Barcelona on their knees. 10 minutes to go and Villarreal, for once in a long, arduous season, can begin to feel that there may be some light at the end of the tunnel. Carlos Bacca off the bench, keeps his head. Look at Cazorla there. Waits his moment. Umtiti and Lenglet too far apart from each other. Bacca goes round the keeper, keeps his head, hits the target. 4-2.
Do you know that, for my taste, is one of the goals of the season. From their own penalty area to the calm creation of space and time in the midfield, the waiting of the pass into Bacca's path. Bacca, even now at 32, not blessed with massive pace, too quick thinking and too quick on his feet for Titi, who's chasing up and should have had a chance to get behind his German goalkeeper and slide in to block the Colombian shot. Didn't. Descent means that Messi needs to be very, very careful.
Oh, he clapped it into Suarez by Alvaro.
That's an automatic.
That's a red card. He's already seen one yellow. Alvaro's going to leave Villarreal with 10 men for the remainder of the game. Could you ask for anything more?
No. In terms of drama.
Suarez, quite clearly, the message is clear.
But Alvaro needed to show the judgment that the referee did, because the referee walks up and he's looking at the incident, he's replaying it in his mind. I really relish that, because he takes his time to do it exactly right. He doesn't react to the fact that it looked automatically like a yellow card. I think he's calculated that Alvaro is going off if he uses that yellow. He replays it in his mind. He sees absolutely clearly, there's no question it's a bookable offence. We're going to look at it there, straight through the back. So Suarez stops dead, but Alvaro goes into a challenge that you know is going to leave you with a booking. No question about the laws of the game in that instance. If he'd used the same judgment as we've just seen our referee Hernandez use, then he wouldn't be off the pitch right now. No matter what happens with this free kick.
But this free kick means they could be in for a few minutes of tension and stress. Leo Messi, the whistle goes. Messi against Asenjo. Oh, Leo Messi, 4-3. How dare you? How dare you?
There isn't time. It isn't the night. It's not going to happen.
Okay, it's not going to happen. I'm waiting for the final whistle here. This is genius. I mean, it's not the Panenka on this occasion. It's fury and rage and putting your boot through the ball and placing it with mathematical precision, which would make Pythagoras fall off his chair.
You couldn't put a...
Everybody back for Villarreal. I want to see Marc-Andre ter Stegen in the Villarreal area. He was thinking about it. It's going to fall to Suarez! Barcelona get the draw! Luis Suarez! I'm never listening to you again, Graham Hunter. It's 4-4. Barcelona in stoppage time. It's Suarez the man to do it. And that is a goal which wins Barcelona La Liga Santander, to show that kind of fight, even if only in the last 5 minutes of the game. Cazorla needs help getting to his feet. That man Asenjo isn't going to sleep. We've seen Roch in that same posture 6 years ago when Villarreal went down on the last afternoon. This Barcelona, Graham Hunter, is an astonishing football machine.
I am almost speechless, and anybody who's ever met me would admit to you that that is next to impossible. I didn't believe this was feasible. As the final whistle goes, as the anthem plays out, never has a point, never has a 4-goal scoreline tasted